What's up guys, welcome to this new tutorial of TradingView for beginners. Once you have finished creating your account and profile, you will see this default layout. The first thing that you want to do is right click anywhere on the chart and here go to your color theme and change this to dark or light, whichever you prefer. You can also go to the left up corner and click on your profile icon and switch between light and dark mode. In this top menu, all of your settings right here. Get the desktop app, keyboard shortcuts to speed up your workflow, change the language, etc. Alright, now before getting into chart settings, we're going to click on the candlestick symbol at the top. Here you can change to any of the available chart types. You can view the chart as line, candlesticks, Renko, Kagis, etc. Candles are always going to be the gold standard for trading. For green candles, this is going to show us the open, the close, the high, and the low. And for the red candles, this is the open, close, high, and low. This is the easy way of looking at your price graphs. Okay, let's customize our candles. Right click on the chart and go to settings. Here you can change the colors for the body, borders, and wick. You can toggle off the body if you want that look, but I just leave these settings to default. Green for bullish candles going up and red for bearish candles going down in price. Here if you want to adjust the chart for its dividends, I leave this unchecked for trading. Precision, leave it to default. Here you choose your time zone. Alright, next in status line settings, leave it as it is. Next, check these three features here. The plus button is next to the price scale and quickly creates alerts, orders, and horizontal lines. Now back to the settings. If you don't want to see pre-market or post-market prices, uncheck these boxes to hide them. Next, if you want to see the bid and ask prices, check the boxes. If you want to hide the lines and just keep the bid and ask values, do this. Leave the rest as it is. Okay, next go to canvas. If you want to change the background, you can do it here. If you find that the grid lines are distracting, you can select none, or you can also change their opacity. Next, you can change the color of the crosshair here and the line style. Check the watermark if you want to add it to your chart before you screenshot it, to share it with the community, or to save it in your trading journal so that you remember the stock symbol and time frame that you traded. In the scale settings, you can change the color and size of text. After that, go to trading feature here. Check these boxes, the buy and sell buttons in appearance. Okay, next in the events settings, you decide if you want to remove dividends and earnings in the timeline, which is above the x-axis. Those are important events to watch out for, so leave them on. If you want to remove the latest news and notifications, you can turn them off. After you have finished applying these settings, go into templates, hit save as, and then you can just name it trading, for example. Save it, hit OK, and now you're going to be able to populate this chart regardless of what you do. After that, we're gonna save our layout before proceeding to the next step. Go to where it says unnamed, click rename, enter your new layout name, and click save. Next, we're going to look at how to look at multiple charts at one time. So if I click on this box here, it's going to give you a wide array of all these different options. If I go ahead and click in here, that's going to split your chart in two. One chart in your left and the other chart in your right. If I want to select 3 or 4 charts on my screen, it's gonna display this pop-up saying that you need to upgrade your plan and you can see up to 16 linked charts at the same time. But don't worry, I have a link in my video description. When you click it, you will get $15 credit to your new TradingView plan. Go check it out. Awesome. Next, what we want to do is click on this, and now we can look at syncing all of these charts. If I toggle on symbol, that means that if I switch symbols in this box, it is also going to correspondingly switch symbols in all of these boxes. If I uncheck this and I want to look at Nvidia over in this box, now only this box is showing Nvidia, but the other one is going to be unchanged. Same thing with everything over here. So if you want to do time frame, we can check that box, date, range, same thing, and so on and so forth. If you don't want to split your screen to multiple charts, but you still want to view multiple charts, you can duplicate your tab. Say you wanted to open a different chart on a different monitor, for example, you can right click here and hit duplicate tab, go to this new tab, and you can change the symbol to another style stock. Next, drag this tab to your second monitor and voila. Now you can also change the layout in your second monitor without changing the original layout in your main monitor. Also, quick tip, whenever you switch to a different stock, it's going to stretch out your charts like this. All you have to do is right click anywhere in your chart and hit reset chart view. It's going to reset the chart view, bringing it back down to normal. Next thing is chart time frame. So we're going to click on this menu right here. Anytime we want to add a time frame that we commonly look at, all we have to do is star that. That's going to add it to our menu up here. So if we unstar all of these now, we're not going to have any of those up there. We restar them and they're up there good to go. All right. Another cool thing is if you want to switch to the 5 minute, all I have to do is type in the number 5 on your keyboard, hit enter, and that's going to automatically flip you. If you want to switch to 1 hour, you can type in 1H in the keyboard and that's going to switch you to that time frame automatically. Okay, now that we have our chart set up properly, we will go over this toolbar on the left. This is where you are going to have tools that you can use to draw on your charts, to do your technical analysis, and to show you the market structure. For each one of them, I will share with you my favorites and some of the tools that are popular among traders. The first tool is where you select your cursor. You have crosses for showing you horizontal and vertical plane, a dot, an arrow, an eraser, and most importantly, the magic rod. I like to put a favorite star next to the arrow and the cross. The second tool is going to show you all of the trend analysis. So if you want to use a trend line here, you can click on that tool, click and drag, and that's going to allow you to draw trend lines along all of the price action on your charts. Now, a cool feature, this icon over here is the line settings, where you can modify the style and save it as a template. And then anytime you draw a line, you can quickly flip between presets. So if you want to do a regular trend line, boom, nice and easy to switch over. Next, you have the horizontal line for drawing support and resistance. Also, you can draw vertical lines. They are often used to highlight a specific date in the timeline, for example, an important event like earnings, dividend, etc. Next, I will show you the parallel channels. This one makes it a lot easier to see the trend, so you can click and drag and then just click up again and click again, and now you have full parallel channels for you to use for trading decisions. Once you start adding favorites, you will get this little pop-up window right here, and you can click and drag to wherever you would like. It will show you your arrow, your cross, your trend line, your horizontal line, and vertical line, parallel. We're going to keep adding some more of my favorites so that you guys can have a baseline to go off of. Next up is going to be your Fibonacci section. So oftentimes I'm using my Fibonacci retracement tool. It is an extremely popular tool in technical analysis. They are created by first drawing a trend line between two extreme points. The vertical distance between those 2 points is then divided at the key Fibonacci ratios. They act as levels of support or resistance when price is retracing back from original advance or decline, and it gives you a better idea about future price movements. I'm also going to be using my trend-based Fib extension. This helps me establish profit targets or estimate how far a price may move. To draw a trend-based Fib extension, 3 points needed. The first point chosen is the start of a move. The second point is the end of a move. And the third point is the end of the retracement against that move. The extensions then help project where the price could go next. The rest of these tools are too advanced for beginners. The next icon is going to be patterns. These are all extremely advanced things. I'm not going to show you that in this video. The next icon is prediction and measurement tools. These are very important. You have long positions added as a favorite and also short positions added as a favorite. I also use the date and price range. I will show you these 3 tools very quickly. A long position allows you to click on the chart and show you your take profit and your stop loss area, and a short position lets you do the opposite. You can just click and drag the endpoints, and the date and price range allows you to click and drag and show you how many bars, how long it took. For example, 5 bars in this area and it took 7 days. Shows you the volume as well as the difference in price. All extremely useful tools. The next ones are going to be geometric shapes. The ones that I use the most are the brush and the rectangle. I use the brush to draw on my charts, and I use the rectangle for support and resistance. So once you have it on your favorites toolbar, pull up the rectangle, draw up top levels of support and resistance. They help you visualize more, whereas the brush just allows you to do whatever you want on the screen. Now the next one is going to be the text. This is useful, especially when you're back testing or forward testing. You can actually write little notes to yourself on the screen. Anything that you want to write to yourself to remember, you can put text on the screen and leave a note to yourself. Okay, next up is going to be icons. You can see there's so many emoji, stickers, and icons to add to your chart and supplement your technical analysis. These are self-explanatory measurement tool, a ruler, a zoom in tool, a magnet which allows you to snap to certain price points instead of just having free floating. And this option right here allows you to hide all drawings, and the trash icon to remove everything. Alright, so now that we have our favorites up on the screen, let's move that up here. Perfect. So now let's look at the chart screen itself. The top part of the screen will always show you the asset that you're looking, for example Apple, or it will say USD CAD or Bitcoin. After that, it will show you the time frame that you're looking at. 1D means the daily chart, meaning that each candlestick is the equivalent of 1 day. Next, the exchange that it's showing off, like here for example it says Nasdaq. If I change the stock to Nike for example, the exchange is now NYSE. Then these numbers right here are extremely important. This is the open, high, low, and close of each candle that you're hovering over. So if I'm hovering over here, you can see the opening price of this candle was 122.30, the high, the low, the close. Underneath that, it shows you the spread on that specific exchange, the buy and sell price essentially. Now, if you add an indicator like the moving average onto your chart, it will show up right here. Underneath that spread, you can change the settings of these and change the length of the moving average to whatever you would like. The 45 EMA, I find it perfect for short-term trading. As you can see, it acts as a support and resistance level. You can also add the 200 simple moving average if you want to see the long-term trend, for example. And the style tab, you can change it to a different color. Once you have that on your chart, it will adjust according to whatever parameters you set, and you can always delete it or change the settings right here, or make it invisible by clicking this eyeball icon, which hide it again. If you want to add an oscillator indicator like the RSI, it will be added in the bottom part of the screen. You can also hover over that indicator, change the settings, or hide it completely. Now on the bottom of the screen, you can quickly change the chart to show up multiple months, like a 6-month chart of what the price has done, all the way to a year, or you just want to view the current day. You can also click this icon right here and it will take you to a specific date and time that you want to check. Now this bottom part of the chart will show you the time of the day, and the right side of the chart will show you the price. So you have time and price. Those are the X and Y axis on this chart. Now on the right hand side of the screen, you will be able to create your own watch list by clicking here on watch list and then create a new list. Name it whatever you want, and now you can add symbols by clicking on the plus icon above. You can go by asset type and select the ones that you want to trade, or search for assets that you want to add. Let's go for GLD and add it to watch list, USO, and USD CAD. This is just an example. After that, you can click on the 3 dots above and rename the watch list, clear the list, customize columns, etc. Alright, now down here you have details and data of the selected asset, the symbol, the name, the exchange, the sector, the description of the asset, the price, some news headlines, some key stats, etc. You can click here to view all the news related to your asset. Here you have the ideas and minds tab from the TradingView community. Okay, now back to the side menu where we created our watch list. Below we have alerts, where you create alert. You'll be notified instantly when your conditions are met. What I usually do is I go here in this menu above the chart to create an alert. In the condition fields here, you can choose the asset if you want it to cross a certain price level, or choose the indicator divergence signal, or you can choose a certain value here, for example less than 40 or oversold. Okay, let's create an alert example where I want the gold ETF to cross down to $115. choose. Trigger only once or every time. I choose only once. Expiration date 1 week from now. Enter your alert name and message. Then hit create. And it will draw a line on your chart for your alert, and it will show you in the alerts tab that it's active. You can hover over it and click edit. If you want to modify your settings, you can also do it by right clicking on the alert in your chart and edit. Next up, we have the object tree where you manage everything that's happening on your chart, like your tools and indicators, and it makes managing multiple drawings at once less daunting. Next, we have hot lists, my ideas, where you create and publish your ideas to the community chats with users. And lastly, idea stream. Okay, now that you have mastered the basics, it's time for the first bonus, custom indicators. Let's go to indicators, click community tab, and here you have an entire library of custom indicators created by the TradingView community. You have the editor's picks. Here you have the top liked indicators. You can see the amount of likes here. One of my favorite is this one called Super Trend. It is constructed with two parameters, namely the period of ATR and multiplier. By the way, the ATR is another indicator which stands for average true range that signals the degree of price volatility. The buy and sell signals are generated when the indicator starts plotting either on top of the closing price or below the closing price. A buy signal is generated when the super trend closes below the price as the color changes into green, and sell signal is generated when it closes above the price and changes color to red. Alright guys, the second and final bonus is backtesting a strategy with the replay button. This enables you to simulate the past price movements for strategy testing. This is so important because you can avoid losses in trading by just practicing your trading decisions without real financial exposure. Okay, so how do we turn on the bar replay button? It's really simple. Go on the top panel of your chart, click this button where it says replay to open the replay panel. When you move your cursor over the chart screen, you will see a blue vertical line with scissors. Now you have to select a bar. Let's say, for example, I want to choose this candle as my starting point. Next, hit that play button to watch the replay. You can control the speed here. Pause it. To move manually one step at a time, you click the forward button here. You can also select a specific date and time you wish to start from instead of selecting a bar by just clicking that arrow here and select date. If you want to change the starting point, you can always change it by reselecting another date or a specific candle. One more thing, you can simulate an order position while in replay mode by simply clicking the buy or sell button. I will show you an example. Let's go back and reselect a starting point. We have support level here. Let's draw a horizontal line here. Next, we will take a long position, place the stop loss a few ticks below support. Next, our entry position just at the candle close, and we'll place the take profit level 3 times above our risks. So it's a 1 to 3 ratio. We risk $1 to make $3. Let's simulate buying 10 shares. You can see on the chart we bought 10 shares at 202.18. Now hit the play button. As this plays out, we are watching the trade like it was in real time. So we finally hit our profit target, surpassing our $213.01. We made $129.60 while risking only $41 with a position size of just 10 shares. Now to exit the replay button, either click the X button down here or click the bar replay button again at the top of the chart and click yes. And with that, you've successfully completed this TradingView tutorial for beginners. Please don't forget to check the link in the description to receive a $15 credit when you sign up for a new TradingView plan. You can use this credit to reduce the cost of your new plan only if you are a new user. If you have any question or feedback, please let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and leave a like. It will motivate me to make more tutorials for you guys. Thanks for watching. This has been Wall Street Forecast, and I will see you on the next video.